ముత్తవరపు వెంకటేశ్వరరావు కాలేజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ 2008 లో స్థాపించిన కళాశాలలో NBA, NAC A గ్రేడ్ మరియు ISO సర్టిఫికేషన్ సాధించిన మొట్టమొదటి కళాశాల శ్రీ ముత్తవరపు వెంకటేశ్వరరావు కాలేజ్ ఆఫ్ ఇంజనీరింగ్ అండ్ టెక్నాలజీ.
Welcome to MVR College of Engineering and Technology. Okay, one of the suggestion from me as a faculty HOD from Department of Computer Science Engineering, not only CSE, all the department students. Okay, make videos of duration at least 5 minutes. Okay, what videos we will make? ఏ వీడియోస్ తయారు చేయాలి? ఏ సబ్జెక్ట్ అయినా తయారు చేయొచ్చు. మీకు నచ్చిన సి ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ అయితే సి ప్రోగ్రామింగ్, మ్యాథమెటిక్స్ లేదన్న ఒక డెఫినేషన్ తీసుకుంటే ఒక డెఫినేషన్, నాట్ మోర్ దాన్ 30 minutes 40 minutes లైక్ ఏ లెక్చరర్, జస్ట్ 5 minutes వీడియో ఆర్ ఎనీథింగ్ వాట్ ఎవర్ యూ విష్. ఓకే, మేక్ ఏ వీడియో ఆఫ్ 5 minutes. మీరు కనుక 5 minutes వీడియో తయారు చేయలేకపోతున్నాను అంటే కనుక 3 reasons ఉంటాయి. ఏంటి? ఫస్ట్ రీజన్ ఏంటంటే మీరు చాలా బిజీగా ఉన్నారు. ఓకే, చాలా బిజీ, మీకు వీడియోస్ చేసే టైం కూడా లేదు. ఓకే, పద్దాక ఆన్లైన్ క్లాసులు 24 hours ఆన్లైన్ క్లాసెస్ వింటూ ఉన్నారు, ఇంకో వర్క్ చూస్తూ ఉన్నారు, ఇంకోటి చేస్తూ ఉన్నారు. ఓకే, చాలా బిజీ. ఎంత బిజీగా ఉన్నా సరే రేపు ఇంటర్వ్యూకి మీకు కనుక ఇప్పటి నుంచి కనుక ఇది అలవాటు చేసుకుంటే, ఓకే, చిన్న వీడియోస్ చేసి యూట్యూబ్లో మీ ఛానల్లో పోస్ట్ చేయడం అలవాటు చేస్తే కనుక రేపు మీరు కనుక ఇంటర్వ్యూకి వెళ్తే కనుక మీకంటే ముందు మీరు చేసిన వీడియోసే ఎక్కువ మాట్లాడతాయి. ఓకే, they will recognize he is a person so and so doing this work like that. They will recognize these videos. Okay, first, okay, your identity will be increased whenever if you will go outside means others will see means they will easily identify you. Just your recognition will be more if you prepare. This is not a part of your job, this is a part of your life. Okay, making this one as part of your life. Second one, ఓకే, నాకు చేయాలని ఉంది, వీడియో చేయాలనే ఉంది. ఓకే, నాకు దగ్గర టాపిక్ ఉంది, మంచి కాంటెంట్ ఉంది, కానీ నేను చేయటానికి రీసోర్సెస్ లేవు. ఐ డోంట్ నో హౌ టు ప్రిపేర్ ఏ. సెకండ్ రీజన్, నాకు ఎలా ప్రిపేర్ చేయాలో తెలియదు. పుట్టిన ప్రతి బేబీకి ఫస్ట్లోనే వీడియో ఎలా తయారు చేయాలనే రాదు. జస్ట్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఏ లెర్నబుల్ స్కిల్. జస్ట్ ఇఫ్ యూ లెర్న్ 2 or 3 days యూ కెన్ ఈజీలీ know what softwares you are using. In YouTube also how to make videos means number of channels is there. Okay, just it is a learnable skill. If you learn 2 or 3 days means okay, you will acquire this skill. Okay, how to prepare videos. Next, third one, videos చేయలేకపోవటానికి కారణం ఏంటంటే, నెక్స్ట్ థర్డ్ రీజన్ బద్ధకం. నాకెందుకులే, ఏదో ఒకటి చూద్దాం, ఈరోజు గడిస్తే చాలు, జస్ట్ లేజినెస్. ఓకే, if you overcome these 3 problems you can easily make videos. Okay, if you prepare videos of a 5 minutes duration or any topic, if you forward those videos to your HOD means we will arrange that video can be played during the lectures at the time of online classes. Okay, I am expecting at least some of you may prepare videos concerned your subjects or anything, any others or any innovative things, and send to your HOD. Not only HOD, in post in your YouTube channel, give that link to HOD. HOD will take live stream to all other students of our college or your branch basing on the type of your video. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye.
Good morning everyone. Today I would like to discuss about PCM, DPCM, DM and ADM. So these are the 4 digital modulation technique which are used to convert analog signal to digital signal. So we are already discussing that first PCM. PCM means we know that pulse code modulation. So in pulse code modulation we are converting analog to digital signal using sampling, quantization, థర్డ్ వన్ వచ్చేసి కోడింగ్. శాంప్లింగ్, క్వాంటైజేషన్ అండ్ కోడింగ్, దీస్ ఆర్ ద అనలాగ్ టు డిజిటల్ కన్వర్షన్ ప్రాసెస్. వీఆర్ ఆల్రెడీ డిస్కసింగ్ అబౌట్ శాంప్లింగ్, క్వాంటైజేషన్ అండ్ కోడింగ్. సో there are some drawbacks in PCM. So what is the drawback means? For example, in PCM we are having samples like this. This is one sample, this is another sample, these are different samples. I am encoding this sample with 001, 010, 110, 110, 101, 110, like this. So here the problem is in PCM each and every sample. So suppose here this is the first sample, second sample, third sample, fourth sample, fifth sample, sixth and seventh sample. In PCM system we are transmitting all these 7 samples, but the problem is we need to transfer 001, 010, 110, 110, 101, 100. We need to transfer all the bits. We need to transmit all these bits. So it requires more bandwidth. So the problem is here 110, 110. These two are the same bits. These are called as redundancy bits. 110, 110. These are called as redundant bits. Alage in here this is 10 and this is 10. These are also called as redundant bits. So in PCM each and every sample must be transmitted. So it requires very larger bandwidth because of each sample having 3 bits. We need to transfer all the bits. So it requires more bandwidth. The drawback can be avoided in DPCM system, differential pulse code modulation system. In DPCM we are reducing this redundancy. I explained that redundancy. These are the same bits. So the same bits can be decreased and the redundancy can be reduced in DPCM system. In DPCM principle I already explained. DPCM principle is that principle of prediction. So this is PCM process and these are the drawbacks in PCM, and drawbacks can be avoided in DPCM. In DPCM the principle is prediction filter, principle of prediction, and also drawbacks in DPCM is again we need to decrease the number of bits. Again we need to decrease after redundancy. Again we need to decrease redundancy bits. For this process we are using delta modulation. So here what is delta modulation? Delta modulation means we are transmitting only 1 bit per sample. Suppose here 4 bits. For this bit I am transmitting 1 0 1 0. This is called as delta modulation. Each and every sample we need to transfer only single bit. This is called as delta modulation. So delta modulation is most advantage as compared to PCM and DPCM. In PCM we are transmitting all the bits. In DPCM we are reducing redundancy, only redundancy bits. After redundancy, remaining all the bits we need to transfer. But in delta modulation only we have to transfer only single bit. So this is called as single bit modulation. I explained briefly in PPTs. Next, drawbacks in delta modulation. So delta modulation signal is like this. And this is called a staircase approximated signal. So this is staircase approximated signal. This is original signal. This is staircase signal. And this is original signal. So here the difference between this staircase signal and original signal, this is the difference, that is called as slope overload distortion. So what is the drawbacks in PCM? First drawback is slope overload distortion. Slope overload distortion means the difference between staircase approximated signal and original signal. And another drawback is granular noise. Granular noise. Granular noise means if the input signal is varying slow variations, here the input signal is decreasing up to here, after that it is decreasing slowly. In the slow variations of input signal, the step size of the staircase approximate signal is large. The step size of staircase approximate signal is large. This is called as granular noise. So, and I also explained delta modulation principle. So delta modulation principle means, for example, if we take this sample, so this is one sample, this is another sample, this is one sample, these are the samples. In delta modulation, present signal is compared with the previous signal. This is the present signal, for example, and it is compared with the previous signal. If the difference is positive, so the difference is definitely it is positive difference. If the difference is positive, the step size is incremented by 1 plus delta. Step size is incremented by plus delta. This is called as plus step size. Step size is incremented by delta. Next, this is present sample is compared with the previous sample. If the difference is positive, definitely it is positive, then the staircase then it is incremented by delta. The step size is incremented to delta. Next, this is also incremented, and here this sample while we are comparing these samples, definitely it is decreasing. So it is the step size will be decreased from here up to like this. And these two samples are compared, the step size is again reduced. These are the step size is again reduced. So delta modulation principle is previous sample is compared with the present sample. If the difference is positive, the step size is incremented to delta. If the difference is negative, the step size is decremented by minus delta. This is called as delta modulation. I will explain in PPT remaining lecture.
Good morning, everyone. I discuss about just now. I discussed about PCM, DPCM, and delta modulation and their drawbacks. It is not possible to explain in PPT, so for that only I explained in paper. So I explain clearly now what is delta modulation. So delta modulation means these are the analog to digital conversion technique. In delta modulation, we are transmitting only 1 bit per sample. That means each and every sample we need to transmit only single bit. So delta modulation is also called as single bit transmission. Delta modulation is also called as single bit transmission. So what is the principle of delta modulation? The principle of delta modulation is here we compare present sample and previous sample. So the difference is plus delta. If the difference is positive, then the step size is incremented by plus delta. Just to explain what is step size. And if the difference is negative, then the step size is decremented by minus delta. So this is the principle of delta modulation. Previous sample and present sample compared here. If the difference is positive, the step size is incremented by plus delta. If the difference is negative, the step size is reduced by minus delta. This is the principle of delta modulation. and also it is the simplest form of differential pulse code modulation. And also the delta modulation is used by satellite and business systems or SBS. And also this delta modulation process is very efficient as compared to other techniques like PCM and DPCM. In PCM, we are having drawbacks like each and every sample we need to transmit. We need to transmit each and every sample. In also DPCM, we need to transmit only we are reducing the redundancy in bits. But in delta modulation, we are going to transmit only one bit. This is called as delta modulation. So why need of delta modulation? To achieve high signal to noise ratio, and also delta modulation can change instantly, but voice signals cannot change instantly. Delta modulation signal is smaller than PCM. Delta modulation signal is smaller than PCM system. And this is the block diagram of delta modulation system. I already explained that here it is the analog signal. They continues in nature, and output is digital data. This is the DM transmitter. This is the delta modulation transmitter. So input is analog signal and output is digital data. So analog to digital conversion. So the purpose of delta modulation is we need to convert that analog signal into digital signal. Digital signal means bits. For that we need a comparator and a delay circuit and a staircase maker. Here the delta modulation principle is we are comparing the present sample. Present sample means this arrow represents the present sample, and previous sample means again we are getting the previous sample by using staircase signal and delay signal. The previous sample is going to this comparator, and we compare the present sample and previous sample. If the difference is positive, the step size is incremented by plus delta. Plus delta means it is 1. If the difference is negative, the step size is decremented by minus delta, that is 0. So like that 1 1 and 1 zeros are coming here. This is called as delta modulation. This is the diagram represents the delta modulation. Here we are having a analog signal like this, and this is the staircase approximated signal, and this is the present sample, and this is the previous sample, present sample, previous sample compared here. Step size is decremented by some amount like this. The step size is decreased here. From here also the step size is increasing. Why? Because positive values from here. Here we are comparing present sample and previous sample. We are getting the positive sample values. Here we are comparing present sample and previous sample. Here we are getting negative minus delta. So here the step size is decreased in this portion, and step size is increased in this portion, and also decreased in this portion, and also increased in this portion. This is what we call as delta modulation process. And also here we are observing that there is a difference between staircase signal and original signal. So this is the staircase signal. This blue line is your original signal. The difference between staircase signal and original signal called as slope overload distortion. This is the drawback in delta modulation. We are having two drawbacks in delta modulation, that is slope overload distortion and granular noise. So what is slope overload distortion? The difference between staircase approximated signal and this blue line becomes original signal. The difference between this original signal and staircase approximated signal, this gap is called as slope overload distortion. And also another drawback in this delta modulation is granular noise. Granular noise or radial noise if the input signal is large amplitude, to reduce over the load distortion must increase the step size. But delta modulation, the step size is fixed. Here we are observing the step size is always fixed. And what is the granular noise? Granular noise means if the input signal, here the input signal variations are very slow, and also observed here input signal variations are very slow, but the step size is fixed in these small variations. Here the input signal variations are large and the step size is also fixed at these variations. So granular noise means for fast variations of input signal, the step size is fixed. For slow variations of input signal, the step size is fixed. Does not vary the step size. So this is called as granular noise. Next, demodulation of delta modulation. Demodulation means we are getting back to our analog signal using distal levels. We are observing that in transmitter. It is the reverse system of modulation. So demodulation first used in radio receivers. And this is the block diagram of delta modulation. Here it is digital data, and this is the demodulator block, and it is the analog signal. Same process. We are here the input values are digital data, and the staircase approximation signal using low pass filter. We are getting again back to the original analog signal. Next, difference between PCM and delta modulation. PCM is method used to distally represent sample analog signals. Delta modulation digital to analog convert. In PCM system, we are having an encoder and decoder, and delta modulation technique we are having modulator. Signal needs to encode both sides. Signal can modulate, demodulate. Large process. In the delta modulation, it is easy process, and the PCM is costly, and delta modulation is very cheap. So this is about delta modulation. So next, adaptive delta modulation. So what are the drawbacks in delta modulation? We are having two drawbacks in delta modulation: slope overload distortion and granular noise. Slope overload distortion means difference between staircase approximated signal and original signal. So here the staircase approximated signal cannot approximate the original signal. Staircase approximated signal cannot approximate the original signal. So the difference between these two is called as slope overload distortion. And granular noise means if the input signal is having slow variations, the step size is fixed, and input signal is also for fast variations, again the step size is fixed. There is no difference between the input signal is increasing and also decreasing. The step size must be fixed in DM. This is called as delta modulation and delta modulation drawbacks: slope overload distortion and granular noise. So the slope over distortion and granular noise can be eliminated in adaptive delta modulation. Adaptive delta modulation is the another analog to digital conversion technique. In this adaptive delta modulation, to avoid the slope over distortion granular noise, the step size is made adaptive to variations of the input signal. The step size is made adaptive to variations of the input signal. That means if the input signal is having fast variations, here we are observing that this is your input signal. If the input signal is having fast variations, the step size of the signal is also increased by 2. That means step size must be adaptive to variations of input signal. Means if the input signal varied slowly, the step size is reduced. Here the input signal is varied slowly, the step size must be reduced. Input signal is having fast variations, the step size must be increased. The difference we are observing here, this is the one step size, this is another step size. The difference between these two is changed because the variations of the input signal is varied, and the slow variations of the input signal, here we are getting fixed step size. If the input signal variations are decreasing here, the step size is also decreased. If the input signal variations are increased, step size increase. Input signal variations are decreased, step size decrease. This is adaptive delta modulation. Adaptive delta modulation means here the step size is adaptive to variations of input signal. So next, this is the block diagram of adaptive delta modulation. Here the step size, here we are having low pass filter, sampler and quantizer, encoder, logic for step size control. Only the difference is difference for delta modulation and adaptive delta modulation is here only the one step, that is logic for step size control. By using this logic, if the input signal is having fast variations, the step size is doubled, and input signal is having slow variations, the step size will be reduced here. And also the step size is increases or decreases depending upon the 1-bit quantizer output. So here we are using the quantizer, that means 1-bit quantizer. If 1-bit quantizer input is high, the step size may be doubled for next sample. If the 1-bit quantizer output is low, the step size may be reduced by one step. So this is the adaptive delta modulation receiver. Adaptive delta modulation receiver means again we are getting the same original signal. That is when we are applying a digital signal here, ADM signal here, using decoder is logic for step size control, we are getting the same output signal. It means analog signal M of t. This is your ADM signal, and after this We're having problems on delta modulation. The first unit is completed. Yes, first unit is completed. From Monday onwards, I will discuss second unit. So if you having any doubts, I will arranging the Zoom meeting on Monday. All of you please join on Zoom meeting if you are interested. If you having any doubts, I will discuss it on Zoom meeting. And also you can practice the problems on delta modulation. Thank you everyone.